Alright guys, Scotty Games here again. Time for another video. Time for another late video. I'm very sorry guys. The videos haven't been coming thick and fast, but yeah, I'm here now. Uh, but I can assure you that the Once Upon a Time in New York video will be up probably in a few days. Because the pay-per-views are always more easier to write and stuff like that and finish. You know what it's like. Uh, So let's go to tonight's episode, if you can call it that, is a fusion, and it is the fusion before the pay per view. So as you can see, last week we got a 53 rating, which is pretty good to be fair. Obviously the ending was, Vampiro, blah blah blah. Killer Cross defeated Mr. Thomas in the main event. I can confirm that Mr. Thomas sadly. Oh no, it's no Mr. Tom. Somebody's been released. I can't remember who it is, but I've released someone. Oh, Big Bad Tito or Bad Tito or something. He's been released. Yeah, just released him, and I think I released another couple of Diddies. So guys who weren't really on the show and stuff. So yeah. As you can see, Suicide is really the only notable red, really. Suicide will be leaving the company. His contract does run out in a couple of weeks. So basically, I'm just jobbing him out to people. Brian Hebner's dating Mickey Knuckles. Dragon Azteca Jr.'s dating Soraya. What is happening? So yeah, we'll just go to the let's just go to the match. Let's just go to the show. Sorry. Get the show done. We're still in debt, as you can see. We'll have to sort that out. There will be a few debuts coming soon, but there have been releases as well. So let's start the show, guys, and let's see how we get on. Once again, please watch the past videos, and you'll see everything that goes on. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Let's start the show. Wish me luck. So, tonight's fusion is being held in front of 159 people in Orlando, Florida. And we have a pre-show match where Saraya defeated Shoko Nakajima in 7:21 by submission. Saraya had an in-ring performance of 71, wrestling rating 59, and a crowd rating 27. So that started a 61 segment rating, which is good. Then we have another pre-show match where the Outbreak defeated Flo Kane when Abel submitted Stephen Flo. That had a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. That got a 30 rated. James Mitchell did good work at ringside. Abel's getting better at the zombie gimmick. Then, let's start the main show. So Joey Styles welcomes everyone to Fusion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MLW Fusion. I'm Joey Styles and I'm joined here by my new announce partner, Jonathan Coachman. Coach says, that's right everyone, the coach is here in the flesh, baby. Coach's Corner was just so popular that people wanted to see more of the coach. Joey says, well, let me tell you, coach, I'm very nervous about sitting beside you because you have pissed a lot of people off. Wait a second, you got to be kidding me. Vince Russo's here? Coach says, oh my goodness, business is about to pick up. That got a 39. Vince Russo's here. He's escaped. Oh wow. So that got a 39. So, Vince Russo has escaped. So Vince Russo storms through the crowd. He isn't dressed in his usual flashy style, but instead in a black hoodie, tired eyes, and a bandaged hand. He marches straight into the ring and demands a microphone as he paces back and forward. Russo said, Caesar Duran, get your ass out here right now. You kept me locked up in some damn place I still can't explain. No windows, no clocks, and no idea where I was. And the craziest thing, I don't even know how I got out. 1 minute I'm there, the next minute I wake up outside. Door open, nobody around. But I'm not out here because of me. I'm out here because of my friend Big Vito. Duran, release him, bro. End this possession and give Vito his life back. And if you don't, then fine. At Once Upon a Time in New York, I want a match. Mil Muertes versus Vampiro. If Vampiro wins, Vito is free. No more control, no more possession, and no more black liquid. It stops. Suddenly the lights dim. Cesar Duran walks onto the stage smiling. Mr. Russo, you say you don't know how you escaped? Oh, I know exactly why you escaped. As for Vampiro, no, Vampiro will not be representing you. So then Duran slowly turns around and we see Vampiro standing behind him. Vampiro has the black liquid running out his mouth. He looks possessed. Jesus. Mil Muertes accepts your challenge, and I accept your stipulation. But you're going to have to find someone else. Russo looks worried as the lights flicker and Duran and Vampiro vanish. And I got a 33. The hints at Vampiro's face turn got a poor reaction as much of the crowd still remember his last turn. The storyline has advanced and gained heat. The angle got the crowd hotter and the commentary was good. I got a 33. That's okay. Keeps the show going. So let's go to the first match, where the Bombaye Fight Club, Alex Kane and Mr. Thomas defeated the Veron Monster Corporation. It had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Mr. Thomas pinned Tankman, sorry about that. And I got a 47 rating. The creative finish that I put on was a failure. Surprise, surprise. Tankman had an in-ring performance of 57. Wow, nice. Empress Veron did good work at ringside. So it's another loss for the Veron Monster Corporation. They're on such a bad run at the moment. So, we go backstage, where Saraya and Sweet Saraya, the mum, are backstage chatting when suddenly Zack Knight walks in. What's this then? Another family meeting? Come on, mum. I've had enough lectures. Saraya says, you think this is a joke? You think what you did to your brother was funny? Zack says, I did what I should have done years ago. Roy was holding me back. So then Sweet Saraya said, I watched my son put his own brother through a table and left him lying. Well, I've got some bad news for you. Roy is now fully fit and he has been cleared by doctors to compete and he will be at Once Upon a Time in New York. And then Saraya says, guess what, bro? I have already spoke to Cesar Duran and you know how he likes violence, right? Well, he has made it official. A false count anywhere match, and the loser leaves MLW. What? Zack then storms off. So we're going to have a loser leaves MLW match between Zack and Roy Knight. That'll be good. So that got a 42 rating. Oh, wow. Jeez, I think that's the best I've had. About I had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Mystico defeated Dragon Azteca Jr. by submission with a La Mystica. The match was designed to revolve around a lot of high spots. Lucha is flying at the moment, pardon the pun. But the Lucha matches seem to be doing really, really well. And Mystico is definitely doing really, really well. So it's a good win for him. And how will he get on against Davey Boy Smith Jr. for the, is it the middleweight title? That match will be happening at Once Upon a Time in New York. But wow, 70 rated, that's amazing. I'm not going to top that, oh god. So, the camera then cuts backstage to the locker room of the Veron Monster Corporation. Empress Veron looks pissed off. She says, another loss? Another loss? Do either of you understand what you're doing to my corporation? Tankman, you're supposed to be a monster. Instead, I'm here explaining failure. Odinson, you call yourself a warrior? Where was the warrior tonight? Suddenly we hear a familiar laugh. The camera pans to reveal James Mitchell and the Outbreak. Mitchell is grinning whilst the Outbreak are just doing zombie stuff. Oh, Lisa, this is wonderful. I just couldn't resist coming to witness your monsters collapse in person. Week after week and loss after loss. Your monsters are not very monstrous. Veron then says, you think your freak show can do better? Once upon a time in New York, the Outbreak versus the Monster Corporation. And if the Outbreak win, trust me, they will. Your corporation dies. No more Monster Corporation. Veron says, you're on, but if my team win, you need to bow before me in the ring and admit to the entire world that your team are nothing but a joke. I accept. And that's how it ends. And that got a 19 rating. Tankman's getting better at his gimmick. Okay. Well, we have another matchup announced for Once Upon a Time in New York. Wow, the card is coming along pretty decent. Oh, God. So, an extremely short match. Scarlett Bordeaux defeated Saraya Knight by pinfall with a diving crossbody. The match was designed to tell a specific story. They have great chemistry. You know, Saraya Knight, she's not going to be here anymore. This has got to be her last night. She's basically just here for the Saraya storyline and Zack Knight storyline, blah, blah, blah. She will be at Once Upon a Time in New York, but she will not play a big part in it, so, which is good. And then after that, she'll be away, thankfully. So, Scarlett wins, but she's not finished. She grabs Sweet Saraya's head and drives her into the mat with a vicious Scarlett's letter. Officials enter the ring and tell Scarlett to stop. Scarlett kneels down beside Sweet Saraya. Tell your daughter that's her future. Scarlett continues pushing officials away, then suddenly Saraya's music hits and she runs down to the ring. Saraya checks on her mum while Scarlett backs up the entrance ramp laughing. Get back in this ring, bitch! Scarlett just motions the belt around her waist. Wow, that got a 41. That's okay. Speaking of 41s, extremely short match. Tom Lawlor defeated Martin Stone by submission with a guillotine choke. The match was designed to tell a specific story. I don't know why. Commentary lifted the match. The match got the crowd hotter. That got a 41. Well, Vince Russo. Backstage, a camera cuts to Vince Russo's office. Russo's pacing back and forward on the phone. He looks stressed, and we see a photo of Big Vito before he was possessed on his desk. Bro, listen to me. You saw what happened in there tonight, or out there tonight. Vampiro was my guy. Vampiro was supposed to be the man to help me get Vito back. But now Cesar has got hooks on him too. He's taking control of Vampiro, bro. And then Russo listens for a minute and nods his head. Exactly, bro. That's why I'm calling you. I need somebody who can't be manipulated, fucking hell, and who isn't afraid of Mil Muertes. I need somebody who isn't afraid of Cesar Duran. That's why I know you're the right man for the job. Russo then grins. At Once Upon a Time in New York, I want you standing across that ring from Mil Muertes. This isn't about winning a match, bro. This is about getting Vito back. This is about ending Duran's games once and for all. We will get that antidote, and we will bring Vito back, bro. So Russo listens and grins. Styles says, who was Vince Russo talking to? Doesn't matter. How can Mil Muertes be stopped? And that got a 35. Okay. Keeps the storyline going. So, About that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Miyo Yamashita, am I saying that right? Defeated Empress Veron by pinfall with a skull kick. Now, the reason I'm having her win basically every match is because she has a strong connection with the young female demographic who really liked her winning. 51 rating, which is good. So, the camera cuts backstage to Vince Russo's office again. We see Vince sitting behind the desk, looking exhausted, talking to John Laurinaitis. John, I'm telling you, bro, I don't remember a damn thing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Last thing I remember is being dragged into that dark room and Vampiro talking to me. After that, it's blank, bro. It's like somebody ripped a chapter out my life. You have to be careful. Whatever Cesar Duran is involved in isn't normal. I woke up in a storage room in the arena. No clue how I got there. Who brought me back? We hear a knock at the door. Duran, Muertes, and Mystico enter. Duran is smiling. You are curious about your escape? You want answers? You want to know how you left the darkness? You assume that someone rescued you, but how do you know that? What if the door was opened for you? Perhaps someone wanted you to escape. You did not escape because you were strong enough, but because somebody allowed it. The lights go out as Duran, Muertes, and Mystico disappear. Russo and Laurinaitis just look at each other with confusion. And I got a 39. The storyline advanced and gained heat, which is good. So, an extremely short match. Donovan I always get that wrong, defeated Suicide by pinfall with a Feast Your Eyes. The match was designed so that the wrestlers could go out and try and steal the show. 44 rating. So Suicide, I'm just jobbing him out. He's leaving the company. His contract is expiring and will not be getting renewed. The match got the crowd buzzing. I just threw that match together just to get Donovan on the card. So, oh god, oh well, at least it went up to a 13 this time instead of a 0. The screen flickers to New York City. Suddenly it all turns green. We then see the Green Phantom. Every week I sit and watch. I watch a company become poisoned by power. Corruption spreads through MLW like a disease. On one side, Vince Russo has said he saved the company, whilst on the other side, Cesar Duran claims he is building a new future. Neither man care about MLW. They care about control. They care about power. And while they play their games, the locker room suffers. The fans suffer. MLW suffers. The Phantom comes closer to the camera and removes his hood. Enough is enough. Every city needs a protector. MLW needs a hero. And once upon a time in New York, I arrive. And when I arrive through those doors, everyone will learn the truth. The Phantom is real. And MLW finally has a hero. The Green Phantom debuts once upon a time in New York. I got a 13 rating. Bastard! So, about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Joe Coffey defeated James Storm by pinfall with a discus lariat following botched interference by Grado. So yeah, 50 rating. The hints at a James Storm heel turn got a poor reaction as much of the crowd still remember his last turn. Oh my god. But that's good. I've got a 50. So it appears there's problems in the beer bellies. They have a big match coming up. Can they win? So, yes. So, backstage, Shane Douglas is standing by with Killer KROSS and Scarlett. Shane said, I'm standing by with the reigning MLW World Heavyweight Champion Killer KROSS and his beautiful hot wife Scarlett. Earlier tonight, Filthy Tom Lawlor defeated Martin Stone very impressively. With that momentum heading into Once Upon a Time in New York, I have to ask, are you concerned that Tom could finally take the belt from you? KROSS said, concerned? Concerned about what? A man who has already failed? A man I already beat? You people talk about momentum and Lawlor like he's some sort of unstoppable force. I'm not going to just beat him, but I'm going to end this. I am ending his dream of ever holding this belt again. He can win all the matches he wants, but the bottom line is he can't beat me. Shane says, well, you face Wolfgang next in the main event. KROSS says, I will destroy Wolfgang and then send a message to Lawlor. Come on, Scarlett, fuck this guy. KROSS and Scarlett walk off, and I got a 53 rating. So it's main event time, and I got a 60. Wow, nice. About they had superb wrestling and good heat. Killer KROSS defeated Wolfgang by submission with a cross jacket. The match was designed so the wrestlers could go out and try and steal the show. KROSS got a 56, Wolfgang got a 49. The match got the crowd buzzing. 60 rating, that's good. So, KROSS has just defeated Wolfgang. Scarlett enters the ring and raises KROSS's arm. KROSS stands over Wolfgang, raising the belt. KROSS then grabs a mic. Tom Lawlor, are you watching? This is what happens to anyone who steps into my world. This weekend, I'm going to beat you again. And after I do, you'll never get a shot at this belt again as long as I'm the champion. But then Lawlor sprints down to the ring and tackles KROSS to the mat and starts throwing wild punches. The two men roll across the ring exchanging punches. Coach says this is nothing but a cowardly beatdown. He couldn't face KROSS like a man. He had to sneak up on him. And then Scarlett tries to pull Lawlor away from KROSS when suddenly Saraya races to the ring and spears Scarlett. Joey Styles says, just like last week, these four hate each other. This will be settled at once upon a time in New York. Then the security flood the ring and pull them all apart. That got a 47, and Killer KROSS is getting better at his gimmick, which is, I don't know what it is. What is Killer KROSS's gimmick? A badass or something? Fuck knows. Next segment. So the show fades from the arena to a grainy, flickering camera feed. The screen is almost totally dark. A light is hanging backwards and forwards, and standing beneath it are Cesar Duran, Mil Muertes, and Mystico. We then see Big Vito, who is tied up against a wall. We also see Vampiro just standing there, staring at the floor. Look at you, Vito. A man who thought he could stand against me. You couldn't stop your destiny. And now your future rests in the hands of Russo's mystery opponent. If Mil Muertes loses, then you walk free. But let's be honest, that won't happen. But what if there's nothing left of you to save? Muertes cracks his neck, whilst Mystico stands Vito up. Mystico then gives Vito a dangerous kick to the ribs. Cesar shouts, again! Mystico again kicks Vito in the ribs. The black goo again running out of Vito's mouth. Muertes and Mystico begin beating down on Vito. Good luck, Russo. The Voodoo Man. The screen fades to black and the show ends. And I got a 43. The hints of a vampire god. The storyline advanced and gained heat. I'm thinking this is going to be a good show, to be fair, because we did get a lot of good ratings. I'm thinking this could get a 60, which I'd be very happy with. Oh well, close enough. It got a 58. I'm happy with that. It increased the popularity in 11 regions, which is always good. Anything green is good, apart from the Green Phantom. But that's another story. Let's not go there. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. I'm not doing a scrum. So, guys, that's it for another Fusion, and that's it for another video. Next video is going to be Once Upon a Time in New York. I hope. Yeah, please rate. You can't rate, can you? Please like and subscribe, and leave a wee comment just to let me know you're still watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I've got like one or two people who do watch, but hopefully this channel can grow. I want the channel to grow. I don't know, is TEW the game to make it grow? I enjoy playing it, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I have another few wee projects, so to speak, on the go. Maybe some Euro Truck Simulator 2, some Football Manager, and maybe some FIFA. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Snooker, darts. Anyone has any games, please let me know. And yeah, please. Actually, I think I'll hang around and check what the ratings are and the the viewership and stuff like that. So, MLW Fusion. There we go. So attendance 159. Blah blah blah. I think that's the wrong thing I'm looking at. Had a total of 10,253 views, which is good. So what did people say? Right, here we go. The Fusion report. The feedback from viewers has been awesome. The small company has outshone some of the bigger companies' recent efforts. TNA had their show. That was excellent. Bastards. AEW rejection. The rumour has shot into life with indications that AEW have not offered a contract to Dax Harwood. Interesting. Karen Jarrett staying with AEW. Big deal. Brittany Force's retiring. Retirement for Phoebe Apache. Blah blah blah. A lot of shite. Who cares? Right, guys. So, see you in the next video. I tried to get Dean Malenko as a road agent, but he's intent on retiring in peace. 10,250 viewers. The Green Phantom's relocated. He now lives in the southeast. He gets around, the Green Phantom. I get around. Right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.